Here we go.
Here we go. Rolling.
People sing and praise because they're singing a band. They say more music getting way out of hand. They don't listen to them cause I'm doing alright. I made $1 million overnight. I'm a rock and roll singer. Don't have to sing or do that I would make $1 million, make $1 million from a 3-chord song. From a 3-chord song.
As if you didn't bloody well know, my name is Lenny Leatherhead.
I'm all but fans wherever I go. They want an autograph, don't you know? I give it to them, but I pull a little joke. I sign the name of another bloke. I'm a rock and roll singer. Don't have to sing or do that I would make $1 million, make $1 million from a 3-chord song. From a 3-chord song.
I was born, Bristol, England.
The schedule's heavy, but that's okay. I really kinda like it that way. I'm working on an album in my usual way. I'll write and record it in a single day. I'm a rock and roll singer. Don't have to sing or do that I would make $1 million, make $1 million from a 3-chord song. From a 3-chord song. Alright!
My dad drifted in and out of my life like a phantom, going around and didn't know where he was, didn't know who he was. So I basically didn't know, And that's pretty much been a theme for me, is I don't know. It's not wrong, I didn't do it wrong, I don't know, What are you going to do? You don't know. Well, so my dad died when I was about 11. My father was killed. I'm sure he was killed. The police report said that he was killed accidentally, but I'm sure it's not true. And after he died, I kind of went crazy. I'd run around and I'd steal things from the chemist, and I'd take little bike tires from the bicycle shops. And one day the bobbies caught me. I was stealing a guitar from the music store. They had all these guitars up there, Well, I stole it, So one of the bobbies takes me home. He says, "Here you go, Mrs. Leatherhead." With the bobby leaves, and there I am. She says, "Len, why'd you steal the guitar?" I said, "I didn't know." She said, "Len." She started to cry. She said, "Len, I'm so disappointed. I'm only glad that your father, who, God rest his soul, didn't see what you turned out to be. A thief."
It's not an easy life that I lead. I say it's quite ugly indeed. There'll be a book out about me next week. The author tells the truth, so I'm suing the freak. I'm a rock and roll singer. Don't have to sing or do that I would make $1 million, make $1 million from a 3-chord song. From a 3-chord song. From a 3-chord song.
And then she started to cry. And I started to cry because I knew that I made her cry. I went to my room, I slammed my door. I cried on my bed. And I woke up the next morning around 10 o'clock. I slept late in those days. I woke up in the morning and there was a guitar in my bed. And I looked at the guitar and it was beautiful, you know.
I heard me bloody vocal cords.
And I picked the guitar up and I went into the kitchen and there was my mum. And she was drinking tea. She was drinking tea. I said, Mum, where'd the guitar come from? And she said, I bought it for you, Len. I said, Mum, we don't have that kind of money. She said, I want you to have what you want. I said, Mum, why? She said, she said, you're all I got, Len. I want you to be happy. I want you to have the guitar. I want to be proud of you. I said, Mom, you will be. Every day after school, I'd sit in my room, ignoring my homework and playing my guitar. I played until my fingers got bloody. I got good too. I learned to play songs from the Chuck Berry records and later from Elvis, you know. I talked to Chuck Berry years later. Saw him at the Fillmore East backstage. I said to him, I said, Chuck, you are the greatest bloody singer who ever bloody lived.
Right, the next one we're going to do, right, is Wang Dang.
Can I cue that up just a second?
You got the tracks right this morning, didn't you?
Yes, I did, Lenny.
Right, alright. The last time this took like 105 takes, and that's too much.
Oh, I guess the first band I was in was, well, it was Obscene Gesture, way back, you know. The first band that I formed. And I learned right away that what was important was to write songs from your own environment, you know. I mean, we wrote a song called Mash Your Face Against the Brick Wall, You Bloody Sucker, you know. And it was an industrial love song, you know.
Hey, come on, right? We're professionals, right?
Okay, hang on.
Here we go. I like this one. We did this back with Big E. He was a riot, all those peanut butter sandwiches all the time. I've never seen a bloke eat that much. Right?
Yeah, just spare the stories, Lenny. Let's just get this done. We've been here all
Well, look, who's paying for this, you know? I am. So we're going to do it the way I want to, right? Here we go. My mom says I make too much noise. My mom says I make too much noise. She don't like me games, she don't like me toys. Every night she says turn it down. Every night she says turn it down. She tells me not to act like a clown.
The first concert we ever played, me and my blokes, was at this talent show for the church. It was this Anglican church we played at, and they wanted a talent show to keep the youth off the street, you know. So there was a juggler there, and there was a pie spinner. You know, you take the sticks and spin the pie tins. Well, we got up there, right? And we launched into Nadine by Chuck Berry, the greatest singer in the world. And the crowd goes crazy. They go crazy over us. They're screaming and yelling. The birds are jumping up and down. Ah! Ah! Oh, bloody hell, it was great. It was bloody great. And we did Nadine, we did Roll Over Beethoven, and we did my own song. We did Wang Dang Doodle. I didn't learn the guitar part for it. But it was just amazing. They were just going crazy. They're just going crazy. And I thought, hey, this is alright, you know. This is alright by me. More of that, please.
Wang dang, a wang dang a doodle, wang dang, a wang dang doodle, wang dang doodle dang. Oh, come on, bird, I'll make you dance and sing. Come on, bird, I'll make you dance and sing. Come on with me, I'll give you everything. Come on, bird, I'll get up and down. Oh, wait, no, hold on. It's not right. That's the second part of the verse. Well, let's do it again.
You got the words?
Back it up, let's do it again.
You wrote this, didn't you?
I know, let's do it again. Right?
One night I'm playing this place called The Cellar. This dank little place, you know, in London. It's going well, it's really going well. And I'm singing great, and the band's playing great, and the dancers are dancing, and everything is just great, you know. And I look up and I notice there's this man standing in the back of the club. He's stiff as a board, he's got a suit on. He's not dancing, he's just standing there. He's looking at us. I think, well, what's this bloke doing, you know? He's too old to be here. But then I forget about him and I go on and I have this great show where it just ends it ends in this cacophony of rock and roll. It was like rock and roll heaven came to earth, you know? And it was just great, you know? It was the best show I'd ever had, you know? So there I was in my dressing room after the show, and a knock on the door comes. I said, "Who is it?" He says, "Mr. Leatherhead." I said, "No, he's dead, mate. It's my father." He said, "Lenny Leatherhead." I said, "Who wants him?" He said, "My name is Lester Fig. I'm with Royal Crown Records and I want to record your first album." I say, "Piss off." He says, "Mr. Leatherhead, I think I can make it worth your while. Can I come in?" I said, "Alright, mate." And he came in. And he looked at me and he said, "I think you're going to be the greatest rock singer that ever lived." And I looked at him and I said, "I am the greatest rock singer that ever lived." And he smiled. He said, "Can I record you?" And I looked at him and I said, "I don't know, mate, we'll see." And he opened up this briefcase that he had and he about £300,000, lay it on the table. He looked at me, and I looked at him. And he said, I think we can make this worth your while, Mr. Leatherhead. And I said, I'd bloody well think about it. I want to keep him off guard, you know. So he said, I'll call you. And he left the money on the table and turned and walked towards the door. And I said, I'd bloody well think about it. That's all I said. Don't get your hopes up, you know. So he smiled and turned and walked away. As he walked away, I looked at the money and I looked back at him where he was. And I wondered how much more the bloke had. And that's how my first record came to be made. And once the record was made and we got on the radio, we started playing theatres. We weren't playing the little clubs anymore. We were playing these theatres. And the kids were dancing and singing and screaming and yelling. And then more records came. And suddenly we were playing these huge stadiums all around the world. And the audience weren't people you could see dancing, it was just a sea of humanness, you know? So then the tour schedules got quite insane. Because Lester was a record man and he was a manager, but he certainly wasn't very good at geography. So the tour was a nightmare. We started out in New York and then we flew down to the tip of South America. And then our next gig was up in London. So the people wanted more and more records. And the first record we recorded, of course, in one day because we had all the songs down. We just went into the studio until they said, okay, that's enough. We can stop playing now. We have an album. The second record took longer until the fourth record we took 2.5 years to record it. Because you had to get everything right and there are all those people in the studio with you. Each with their expert opinion on how things should go, you know. And then it got so it took 3 months to record me going, oh. 3 months of people saying, I don't know, it needs to be richer, now we need to add this, now we need to add that. Oh. It's crazy.
Are we ready? Hello? Just for a moment.
Right, you know what you're doing, right? Come on. Here we go.
Will we do the party?
No.
Try again. Here we
Go
go.
back.
Queuing up again.
It takes forever, now it's too much. Come on. No, give me some time. Hello? Look, give me some bloody time to do this right. I mean, come on. Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go. Rolling.
And then from London we went down to the tip of South Africa, and then from South Africa we went to the tip of India, and then from there we went into Russia. But the money was alright, you know. The money was alright. I got to buy my mum a new home. It was alright. I got to buy cars I wanted and clothes for my mum. I mean, more money than you can ever imagine, you know. It was like the skies opened up and then the money poured down, you know. And where does it go? Oh, I don't know. What, £300,000 over here, £300,000 over there? I mean, come on, you know. That's a lot of dough to be thrown around, right? But it just kept coming down, and you know, it's not real, you know. It's like when you play that game of Monopoly. You just have the fake money and it's not real money, you know. But it was good. It was alright. It was a bloody alright. And then from there, we went to Japan. And from Japan, we went up to Alaska. And then from there, we went down to San Diego, California. Alright, we're going to do this.
Alright, Lenny, tape's rolling.
Mr. Record Man, we go. Wait,
sorry.
now, I want Simpler Time.
Alright, let me cue that up.
I want the song Simpler Time. We got to do this in order. You ready?
Are you ready, Lenny?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, tape's rolling.
We were playing this club and there was this bird there, just a knockout, you know, incredible, great, really great. And I went up and asked for her name, and it was so loud I never heard it. She said it, but I never heard it. So we got along, you know, got along real great. I remember that day in spring when you became everything. When you smiled, the birds would sing. I remember that day in spring. Well, the touring started up and I was on the road almost all the time. And there was not much time to have a romance, you know. So I didn't see her very much. And then soon I didn't see her at all. And I had forgotten her name because I didn't hear her name to begin with, so you can't know what you didn't hear, you know. So I forgot about her. And all I remembered was her beautiful face, and that we had a magic night. Just magic, terrific, you know. Just skyrockets, you know. I remember a happy day. I love you is what you'd say. Oh, you chased all my fears away. I remember a happy day. I remember a simple time when our love flowed like wine. I was yours, you were mine. I remember a simpler time. So we drifted apart, you know, like two boats, you know, who come close together and then go in opposite directions, you know, at night. You know what I mean? I always wondered what happened to her. So let that fade out then.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap. I think that was better than take 72.
Right, we're getting better after lunch, you know.
Alright.
Well, a lot of people accuse me of writing suggestive lyrics and things. I don't think that's an accurate criticism. I mean, when I sing "Mash your face against the brick wall, you bloody sucker," obviously I'm not speaking literally, I'm speaking symbolically. It's a metaphor.
Right? It's just a moment here and we cue back.
Me mom says I make too much noise. Me mom says I make too much noise. She don't like me games, she don't like me toys.
When I start getting these emails, you know what they got, these emails that go through the computers and they land on your desk. Well, the fans set up this website and I started getting these emails. And I've got these emails from this one fan, like, I don't know, 100 a day.
Every night she says turn it down. Every night she says turn it down. She tells me not to act like a clown. Wang dang, wang dang doo, wang dang, wang dang doo, wang dang doo dang.
And this bloke starts showing up at my concerts. I can see him because he's described himself in his emails. And I don't know how he did it, but in some kind of radio station contest he won backstage passes. So there he is, he's my most ardent fan. He's at backstage, he's looking at me, and he looks like an alright bloke. He's intense, you know, he's intense. He's eager. He says, "I'm your biggest fan, Len." He says, "I know all your songs, I know Wang Dang Doodle, I know Rock and Roll Singer." He knew all my obscure songs, my B-sides, from when we released 45s. And he says, "I really admire you, you're the greatest singer in the history of rock and roll." And I think, hello, bell went off in my head, you know. Chuck Berry is the greatest singer in rock and roll, you know, not me. Hello, wait a minute, time out, you know. Well, he says, "I have all your albums." And he says, "I have a website dedicated to you. I know everything about you." And gave me the creeps. Gave me the willies. He knew all this stuff about my childhood. He knew about my mum and the guitar. And he's looking at me, and he looks at me with this warm look on his face, and I start to realise that he sees me as a father figure, you know. I wasn't ready for that, you know. Wait a minute, you know, no custody, hello. I've been through that bit before. Well, then he starts talking to me. He said, "What do you mean by this, when you wrote this and that?" And he had all these songs that he wanted to know about. He said, "When you wrote Wang Dang Doodle, when you wrote Wang Dang Doodle, it changed my life."
Come on, bird, come and dance with me. Come on, bird, come and dance with me. Get up on your feet, let me set you free. Oh.
He said, "I quit my job." He said, "I sold all my things." He said, "I went on a road for a year and a half. Because Wang Dang Doodle was about total abandon. You know, it was about getting away from who you were." And I thought, bloke, it wasn't about that at all. But I didn't say it, right?
Go, Tommy, go.
Oh, James got nothing on this baby. Come on everybody, get up and dance. Come on everybody, get up and down. Get outside yourselves and take a chance. Get up everybody, let me set you free. Get up everybody, let me set you free. You don't have to follow no one, just listen to me. Oh. I said, yeah, Wang Dang Doodle is about letting it go. You're right, mate. That's exactly what it was. It was let it go, strip it away, get down to it, you know. So he had a real big smile on his face knowing that he got it right when he got it completely wrong. So he said, can I have an autograph? Seemed like the least thing I could do, so I gave him an autograph. He had a big smile on his face. And I thought, I must do that for millions of people around the world. That's a lot. It's a lot to have right here. And then he said, you filled my life with meaning. Thank you, Len. I said, you're alright, mate. And he smiled and he walked away and walked out the door. And I don't get any emails from him anymore. But I know he's there. Wang dang, wang dang doodle, wang dang, wang dang doodle, wang dang diddly dang. One more time I say wang dang doodle, wang dang doodle, wang dang diddly dang. Oh, that was bloody great.
That was good, Lenny.
That was alright. That was bloody right.
Yeah, you really rock and rolled that time, Lenny.
Thank you, right? That was great.
I thought Elvis was in the room with
He was, he was in me, you know.
Yeah, you know.
The channeling, you know, I got Shirley MacLaine and I, we'd have lunch and she tells me how to do that, right? So it was right here.
That's great.
It wasn't right here, right?
No,
it was right here.
Right there. It's in the heart. You bet, Lenny.
It's in the heart, right?
Really rock and rolling. You bet.
There we go.
Alright.
A lot of people misunderstand the intention of my songs. I don't sit down to write a song to offend the old people or offend the minorities. I write songs to offend everybody, and I think that's the universal thing, and it speaks to everyone.
Here we go.
Oh, listen, I think after this, I want to go back and redo one of them. Okay. I wasn't happy with it. I want to do Wang Dang again after this. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back and do Wang Dang after this.
Alright. Whatever. Here we go.
Alright. One day I'm in the recording studio and it's not going well at all. My songs, they're not working. It's the first time this ever happened. And the other musicians are looking at me like, hello, Mr. Songman, hello. Let's crank out another one, let's go, 1, 2, 3. Well, I didn't have any. It was all blocked up in here. Don't tell me what to say. Don't tell me who to play. Don't tell me what to drink. Don't you tell me what to think. So there's a knock on the door. My manager says, "Hey Len, there's a bloke who wants to see you." I figured it was another fan. I said, "Send him away. Give him a picture. Give him the fake autograph pictures we always give out." He says, "No, Lenny wants to see you. He's not leaving." He insisted. I found out later he had given him 20 quid. So this young bloke comes in. He looks at me. He had angry eyes. I look at him and it reminds me of somebody. I don't know who it is. He said, "Hello, Dad." Bit of a surprise.
Get away from me, man! Get away from me, man! As fast as you can! Get away from me, man! Get away from me, man! Get away from me, man! As fast as you can! Get away from me, man!
I thought, of course, that bird, Susan or Cynthia or something, that magic night. I go to, I say, I don't know what to say. We stand there like two boats, you know, who are all together, but then they're not together, but it's right before they're not together, you know. So he says, "I'm your son." I said, "I figured that when you said Dad."
I don't care what you think. I don't care who you be. I don't care about your family tree. Don't you tell me I'm not free.
And then the rest of his body got as angry as his eyes were. And he said, "Where were you my whole life?" I said, I had things to do, you know. I didn't even know who you were. I didn't know you were alive. I can't care for somebody I don't know. He said, "You should have been there." I said, "Son." Called him son. What else am I going to call him, right? I don't even know his name. I said, "Son, I had a job to do." Then he looked at me with those angry eyes. He said, "You had another job to do that you didn't do." And then he walked away.
Get away from me, man! Get away from me, man! As fast as you can! Get away from me, man! Get away from me, man! Get away from me, man! As fast as you can! Get away from me, man! Get away!
Interesting performance, Lenny.
Alright. Not a lot of people knew this, but what I would do between my concerts, I looked for my father. Inside, that's what I was doing, I was looking for my father. I looked for my father's killers too, because I had something in me that said that he wasn't killed by accident, he was killed on purpose. He was murdered. I started to spend a lot of time in my off time in the underground. What I would do is I would hang out in the seedy bars and look for people who looked like they knew something, you know. Well, I met this one man, a man called Weasel McGee. He had really shifty eyes, you know, a rotten mouth, rotten teeth. In England we don't have the best dental care, you know. Well, he had rotten teeth. So I got to know him. And over a pint one time he said, you know, Len, you're right. Your father wasn't killed accidentally. He was killed on purpose. He was murdered. I said, why? He said, your father had gambling debts he couldn't pay. He owed money, a lot of money, to a man called Knuckles Jones. Somehow, you know, even though I've been looking for all that time, the fact that Weasel McGee told me that, it was enough. I was able to put it behind me. I let it go, you know. For a couple of years I didn't even think about it. I thought, well, I can understand that. I didn't even have revenge, because I knew who Knuckles Jones was. Everybody knew who was in the band in business. He was a gambler, and he was a racketeer, but I also knew he was dead. So what do? You don't go after a dead man. A couple of years later, I'm playing a concert at Royal Albert Hall, and this bloke pops around my dressing room. Older bloke. He looks familiar. He says, Len. I said, take a number. You know, I got a lot of people waiting to see me. Get lost. Told security, get rid of him, eh? He says, Len. And I remember the voice. This old worn out guy was my father. He says, it looks like you're doing well. He says, I've seen your posters in the record stores. Well, it pissed me off. I said, I thought you were dead. He said, I staged it. I said, what? He had staged his own death. He said, Len, things got too hard. The debt was too much, I couldn't pay it off. I thought if I disappear from your lives, I knew that you and Mum could go in the door and you'd get money. I knew you'd never have money if I were still alive. So I arranged to have myself killed, or to look like I was killed. And I had some good friends help me out. And I disappeared into the fog. I said, how could you do this? He said he was sorry. It pissed me off. I told him to get out of my dressing room. I didn't want to see him ever again. He said, Len, I hope someday you understand. Sometimes a father can't be with his son. And then I did understand.
You know, so we've all wrapped up here?
No, we wanted to do Wang Dang again. I didn't get that right, kind of Elvis-y. I know he was channeled in me, but I wanted to get that, you know, right.
Well, Lenny, we've been here.
Oh, here we go.
It's been 5 hours. You paid for 3.
Come on, kick it in.
I've got George Harrison outside.
I don't bloody care if you got George Harrison outside. He owes me money. Come on, put the song on. Here we go.
We'll do it once.
Here we go, right?
You get it right.
Here we go. Go. Come on. Well, we get the Elvis thing happening.
Alright, tape rolling.
Right, here we go. See, he swings his hips like this. Good big E. Alright, here we go. Cameraman, face up here. Here we go. Hold on, stop. Now, it's got to go. Can you make it go faster?
No, I can't.
It starts to go. It's pretty slow for that song.
How you recorded it, Lenny.
It needs to go faster. Here we go. Right, start.
Last time we were together, you said to the musicians, "Can we slow it down?"
No, I said speed it up. You weren't listening or something. Now,
well, they're gone, so
come
it's
on,
the
here we
speed.
go. Here we go. A little faster this time. Right. It started at the beginning. Come on. Here we go. Still too slow. Right. Here we go. No, it's too slow.
I think we need to.
It's too slow. You've got to speed it up.
I've got people that need the studio.
You got the machines in there. Speed it up. I mean, I don't have time to sit around. I've got places to go and people to see. Now let's go. Speed it up and let's go.
Just a moment. It's my studio and you're done.
I'm not done. I'm paying you.
George is in next.
What am I going to do? Go and do a bloody classical album?
Owe me 2
Look, we got to get
hours.
this down. Put the mic back in and let's go.
Back tomorrow.
Let's go. I'm paying you. Put it back in and let's go.
Cheerio, pal.
What am I supposed to do? Make a classical album? No one buys those. Come on! Let's go! Put it back in!
I'm working on my album. It's a orchestral piece. It's all my songs arranged for orchestra, which has me pretty depressed because everybody knows when a rock band writes a song and puts it with an orchestra, the career is pretty much over. You're pretty much done, you know. I don't know what to do next. All my ideas are gone. So I'm working on the album the other day. I know it's a farce, you know, it's over. And my my bloke brings in a CD, right? And on the CD is this ugly art, you know, just terrible art. And he puts it in the CD player, and out of the speakers come this horrendous noise. This horrendous noise. And I thought, what is that? And I listened to it, and it's like two planes crashing, you know, crashing together and falling out of the sky, metal, you know. And it's relentless, it goes on and on and on. I think that's not music. And I realised that it is music, you know. It's the next music, you know. And I hear it, and I have to find out who that band is, you know. So I start reading the Rolling Stone, finding all about him, you know. And I open the picture of the Rolling Stone, and it's this bald-headed freak, you know. He's the leader of this band, and he has his angry eyes. And I think I recognize those eyes, you know. Those are my son's eyes. So I want to get in touch with him, you know. I think I've got to talk to him, you know. He's doing what the old man did, you know. Right? So I got the number from my people at the record company. And now, sitting on my desk, is the number of my son. It's up to me now. I've got to decide, do I call him now, you know? If I call him now, is it the old man, you know, wanting to get a piece of the action, you know? How's he going to take it? I don't know. So the number sits on my desk. And I don't know if I can call him or not. What would a dad do? Hello? Yes. Son? No. Look. No, don't hang up. No. No, wait. Yes, no. Look, don't hang. I know. Yes. I understand. No. I know that. I know. Look. No. Look, I understand. I'm still your father. I know. Right. Before you hang up, listen to this. I love you. Hello? You're there. Look, I'm calling to say that I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry about how it worked out. And if I could change it, I would. If I could go back and make it different, I would. No. No. No, I'm not calling because you're bloody famous. I'm bloody famous. I don't need that. No, I don't want anything from you. Listen to me. Right. I understand you're mad. I wish I would have been there. I know. Well, why am I calling? I'm calling because I saw you were doing well, you know, and I thought I'd get in touch, you know, see how you were, you know. No, I heard it. I did. Yes. It's great. It's bloody great. No, it does sound like me. Yes, of course. You're part of me now, you know? Of course. But, no, that... I'm sorry. Right. No, don't hang up. No, wait! I was hoping that we could, you know, get together, you know, over a pint, you know. No, I understand. Of course, yes. Of course you're busy. Yeah, I know. Schedules, right, I know. But could we? Sometime down the line? Right. Well, let me know. Alright, mate. You let me know.
Because they're singing a band. They say my music's getting way out of hand. Don't listen to them cause I'm doing alright. I made $1 million overnight. I'm a rock and roll singer. Don't have to think or do that I would make $1 million. Make $1 million from a record song. From a record song. I'm all but banned wherever I go. They want an autograph, don't you know? I give it to them on a bowl of little Joe. I sign the name of another bloke. I'm a rock and roll singer.
bloody vocal cords.